I've said this a bunch. We're just going to put him in the best stuff to try to be efficient on offense, and some of that has to do with what he does well and what we feel good about him doing, and other things about what Iowa does. But there's not going to be wholesale changes to anything.
What's the added value with a guy like Logan that he gets a week's worth of reps knowing he's the guy as opposed to coming into a game?
Yeah, that helps a lot. The first string quarterback's going to get the majority of the reps, and second's going to get less. And playing that role all week, I think, will help him.
When you think about where Logan was, like even in the spring, how far has he come in the passing game where you feel confident there?
He's done a good job. Coach Verduzco did a good job with him. That part of his game has improved a lot along with other areas. So it's a good opportunity for him, and it's a good opportunity for us to see what he can do.
You talked pretty highly about Steve Cooper, sort of another wrinkle to the challenge, isn't it, to then have the starting guy go out a week after he takes over in that room?
Yeah, but again, it isn't like we changed terminology and signals and scheme and everything. So it's kind of staying in the same lane and just building off what these guys were taught before.
Austin Allen announced he's not going to come back next year. Friday will be his last game. How's this final week of practice been for a lot of guys knowing that this is their last week?
We got some interesting things. That COVID changed a lot, and there's a lot of guys that could be done or could come back. Senior day is going to be interesting because I think there's going to be some guys that don't walk that maybe don't play anymore, and some guys that do walk that come back and play another year. The way I feel about it is anytime we can honor any of them for the hard work they put in here, we need to honor them. And I think the decisions will come later on. But Austin's been the heart and soul of our team this year and going back, and really proud of what he's accomplished.
How's Adrian been the last few days? I mean, obviously that's a tough thing.
He's getting surgery today, so I didn't see him today. But he's been in a good place.
Ramir Johnson, do you know if he's going to be available?
It's going to be tight. Ramir's fighting to get back, but had something that's lingering on him a little bit.
What about Deontay Williams? Will he play?
It's going to be tight.
Scott, has this week been a little smoother with the four coaches that stepped up and helped you out last week? You having one game with them, and did that translate into a little smoother and more efficient practice?
Yeah, I don't know about smoother. All of a sudden we look up and we don't have our starting quarterback, and it's a short week. We had a little extra time to get ready for Wisconsin. Thought they did a great job. We're a little under the gun here this week because of those circumstances, and they've done a good job again this week. So guys are ready to play.
Damien was pretty limited to Saturday. Is he a guy who can give you anything you think Friday?
Potentially. We're just nicked up. They're nicked up. A lot of people around the country are nicked up right now. So a lot of people limited or nursing something.
You talked on Monday about you thought the O-line did a pretty good job protecting against Wisconsin. You got a little bit done on the ground. Is there anything from that specific game plan, just approach-wise, that those guys can use to carry that forward?
Yeah, these guys are different than Iowa, or different than Wisconsin. Both really good defenses. Wisconsin's odd when you get big people on the field and kind of some different looks than even when you're in 11. And Iowa is what they are. I think they're a little more multiple than I've seen them be before and do a few more things. They're just really good at what they do. They do a good job of taking things away and just making you earn it.
They have like 25 takeaways, tops in the country. When you watch them on film, what makes them so successful at stealing the football?
They do a great job, I think, in the back half of keeping eyes on football, staying in their zones, not overreacting to anything, trying to keep the ball in front of them. And they're opportunistic when balls go up and everybody sees the football. They've done a good job going and getting it. Particularly early in the year, they had created a ton of turnovers, and that led to wins for them.
You mentioned at one point in the year, Will Honus was going to maybe try to come back for one more year. Is there any update? Is he still planning on that?
I think that's his plan right now. Yep.
What's this season been like for him though to take a step back? It seems like he's really embraced sort of like a player coach role over this season.
Yeah, he has. He's still been in the locker room, a big piece for us. He's been a big piece for us on the team. It was really tough to see that happen to him last spring, and he loves football and he loves the guys, so he's wanted to be around, and he's done a good job helping.
What can the potential impact of this game be for everything that's coming after with recruiting, with hires? Is there a lot at stake in that regard, or is that overblown?
Probably not overblown. I want to send the seniors out the right way, and would love to have some momentum going into the off season and what we're doing from here forward. It's been such a trying year, coming so close against so many good teams. We got another one coming in here. I know the guys are going to fight, and we got to try to put ourselves in position to win one again and then get it over the hump.
With Adrian, he's obviously right at the beginning of dealing with this, but is there a sense of urgency in your eyes or in his eyes in terms of at least plotting the course of what it looks like beyond this week?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that decision will take too long. I want what's best for the program, definitely want what's best for Adrian too, and I'm sure he and I will have some more conversations.
Scott, non-football related question tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Was there a tradition that you guys had in the Frost household growing up?
No, football's always gotten in the way of Thanksgiving in the Frost household, and that's just the way it is in this life. I was able to spend time with mom and dad a lot, playing in the league. Thanksgiving was just practice in some other city, so there's a few things that football gets in the way of. Overall, it's more than worth it.